$120,000 in a year, you dumb making $30,000.
A lot of this stuff are one-time purchases that are not going to be made in subsequent years.
And you need them to survive.
One-time purchases.
And you need them to survive.
One-time purchases.
And you need them to survive.
This is what I'm talking about. One-time purchases.
To survive.
That are not going to be made in 2025
Doesn't matter.
or 2026.
You needed them to survive.
So our spending...
Hey,
our spending is going to go down because of those one-time purchases are no longer on the budget.
Works. Next year, maybe you'll want to buy a chin. The spending that you did last year that are one-time, you're going to find one-time purchases next year.
70% of Gen Z is financially illiterate. Sorry, it's true. So here are 3 starter finance terms so that you can be ahead of the 70%. Speed round. Stock. Stock is a small percentage of the ownership of a company. Bond. Bond is a small percentage of the debt of that company. Capital. Capital is how much money you have to spend. A company's capital is how much money they have in savings that they can spend anywhere at any time. High yield savings account. A high yield savings account is just like a savings account, except it has a higher yield, meaning that every year you get a higher percentage back. Mutual fund. A mutual fund is a basket of stocks and or bonds that you can buy in one grab. An ETF is a slice of the basket of stocks. Mutual fund, full basket. ETF, smaller slice of the full basket. Basket is a 401k. 401k is a retirement account that holds your money and it is invested so that when you retire, it has grown enough that you can live off. Compound interest. Compound interest is like interest. Let's say you have $100 and you have 1% interest every month. So every month you get $1. Let's say you have compound interest $100. First month you get $1. Second month you get 1% of 101, so you'd get $1.2, 1.2, something like that. Compound interest just means that the money that you earned for the last month's interest is added to the new interest that you then get. My phone is running out of storage. Hit the follow button if you learned something new, because I talk about all these things and I talk about them in Gen Z terms. And let's get that financial literacy rate down from 70% to maybe...
Poor people aren't poor because of financial literacy. So therefore, financial literacy is not going to save them from being poor. If Johnny has 5 apples and you take away 4, how many apples does Johnny have left to pay rent? You know exactly how much your bills are going to be every single month. You at least have a general idea. So if you go and spend more money than you are making, or more money than will allow you to pay rent at the end of the month, you don't know math. That has nothing to do with financial literacy. Financial literacy is you go to buy a car, but you don't know how interest rates work. And even so, they still tell you what you'll be paying every single month. The problem with being poor is lacking foresight, and dare I say critical thinking, to understand what I'm doing today impacts what is going to happen a month from now or even 2 months from now. Poor people don't think about the future, because to them, in the future, they're still going to be poor. They're always going to be struggling. And so there's no effort to change their current behaviors because there's no incentive. Financial literacy only makes sense for people who have finances, who have the ability to plan ahead, who have enough money to save or to invest in these other different ways. But people need to stop emphasizing that poor people are just poor because they don't have financial literacy and thinking that that's going to save somebody, because it's not.
Too many women are financially illiterate. They don't know how to invest. They keep all their money in their checkings or all their money in their savings, or maybe their high yield savings account, but that's about it. Potentially they might have a retirement because their work provides it, but you got to understand the basics of investing and compound interest.